Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm going to be talking about some spicy books. If you don't know what spicy books are, it's kind of the new term for what I call steamy books, if you will. And that means books that have a lot of mature scenes in them, shall I say. Some people want to read really clean romance books where there's closed doors, where there's not a lot of that, totally understandable. And some people want to read books where there's a lot of open door stuff, there's a lot of steamy things in it, there's a lot of more than PG rated things. So we're going to talk about those today. First up, we have The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. This was one of my first steamy books and or spicy books, shall I say, and it was intense. This is about a character named Stella who has Asperger's, and she's realized that she hasn't had a lot of experience in life, both dating and things like that, and otherwise, link, if you catch my drift. So she decides to hire a male escort to kind of teach her the ways, if you will. And so there she hires a guy named Michael. And of course, things happen, they hit it off. You know, you can guess what happens. It is very steamy, very romantic, very spicy, all of the many things. If I could give this a spice rating, because I'm going to do that for each of these books, between 1 out of 5. 1 being kind of the least spicy, 5 being it is getting hot in here, I would give this a full 5 spicy ratings. Next up, we have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. In fact, any Talia Hibbert book has a lot of spice in it. This is the Brown Sisters series. There's 3 in them. All of them are equally spicy and equally amazing. I'm just holding the first book up here for me to show you. So this one we follow a character named Chloe, who again, kind of like in the last book I talked about, where she's not really happy with her life. She wants to do things. So she actually asked her neighbor and kind of like, not the super of her like apartment, but kind of the maintenance guy named Red to kind of help her like go through this list. And hers are much more tamer than the previous book. Like, enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage and do something bad. And so they team up together for like her to complete this list. ... You can guess what happens. Feelings happens. Things happen inside a bedroom. You get what I'm saying. If I can give this one a spice rating, I would give it a 4. 4 spices. 4 spice things. I don't know, 4 peppers, is that the right one? I don't know, but they're all amazing. Talia Hibbert books, she writes some spicy stuff and some good spicy stuff. Next up, we have the infamous Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey writes some real spicy stuff, like any Tessa Bailey book will do, honestly. So the 2 I'm holding up here are 2 of my favorites, It Happened One Summer and Fix Her Up. One is definitely a summer read. It's about a girl named Piper who's kind of your like, rich party girl that gets handed a lesson. She has to go to the seaside town, and there she meets a surly captain, like boat captain named Brendan, and the steamy things, spicy things happen. Full 5 out of 5 for spice on this one. Like, whoa. Likewise with Fix Her Up, a full 5 out of 5 for spice. This one is like, this one's a hate to love one, and this one's like a pining over your best friend's brother. No, pining over your brother's best friend for years kind of thing. So this book we follow a character named Georgie, who's like a clown for birthday parties, and she's had a crush on her brother's best friend Travis, who's an ex-pro baseball player for years, and they strike up a deal to fake date, and again, ... You can guess. It is spicy galore. If you want any spicy books that are intense with that, Tessa Bailey is a great way to go. Next up is a novella series called the Wedding Dare series. This book has 4 novellas in it, and they're all by different authors. What drew me into it was Tessa Bailey is one of them. She writes one of the stories, but basically each novella follows a different person, 2 people from the bridal party. So usually it's like one of the, I think in the first book, I want to say it's like Best Man with Benefits or something. The best man decides to get together with the groom's sister, who's a bridesmaid. You kind of get the drift. Each one of them kind of has their own novella, and woo, they are good. Like, some of them I like more than others. I don't know which one my favorite is. I really enjoyed them all. This is kind of a short but sweet one. So in case you're not fully interested in like a full novel spiciness, feels so weird saying spice this much. All of them, I would say, kind of had the same spice factor. They're short, so they got to pack a lot in, so I would give them all like a 4 spicy rating, but I enjoyed it. I don't hear a ton of people talk about it. I found it on a whim a couple years ago, and I enjoy it. It's a great novella series that has a lot of spice. Next up, we have How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. This is a book about a character named Naya who again, like a lot of our characters in this book, is not super happy with her life. Like, she wants to do more, just be more spontaneous. She's very rigid. So when her best friends tell her, like, you know what, pick up a guy at a bar randomly, why not? She does just that, and she meets Jake, and suddenly what's supposed to be a one-night stand turns into something a lot more. A lot of spiciness comes on board with that. So this one was really, really good. I wouldn't say it's like 100% fully spicy. I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 for spicy rating, if you will, but it had some really good scenes in it. But I enjoyed it immensely. It's kind of an underrated romance I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but I personally really enjoyed. We have Kiss My Cupcake by Helena Hunting, another underrated romance I don't hear a lot of people talk about, which is a shame because the cover's cute and the whole book is cute. Forgive me, I forgot the character in this book because I don't have it with me. But basically I think her name's Blair. She decides to open up this cupcake and like kind of booze shop, if you will, so you can have your dessert and then have like some alcohol with it, which is just sounds great. And things are going really well for her. She's planned this for so long, and then she learns next door there is a bar opening that has like the axe stuff and, you know, all that kind of stuff, like a bro's place to be. And there she meets a guy, I forget his name, and they butt heads immediately. Like, they hate each other. They don't want to work because they want each other's businesses to fail, because they want theirs to thrive. But of course, hate always turns to love in these books, and it gets steamy and it gets great. This one definitely doesn't have a lot of steam as the other books, but the sexual tension is like top notch in this one. So for spice rating, I would give this probably a 3 out of 5, but I still want to talk about it because I really enjoyed it. If you're like just getting into spice and you don't want a ton of it, this is a great book to go for in that case. Last book I want to talk about today is You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Dario. So this book is another kind of hate to love romance, or maybe friends to lovers, I guess you could say. This is about a character named Jasmine who gets a job. She's a telenovela star, and then she gets like this new lead of like being in this kind of like a Netflix show, if you will. And then she meets a guy named Ashton, who he was the telenovela star. I forget. Either way, they're both actors, and they get this job playing each other's opposites on this kind of new show that's going to be on like kind of a Netflix platform. And they become friends at first, but then it develops into something more, and it is definitely steamy. I would give this one a 4 out of 5 spice ratings. I enjoyed it a ton, would highly recommend it. So there you have all of my spicy book recommendations. I hope you got some good suggestions. If you have any favorite spicy book recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.